Hey everyone, welcome. This is Caroline. Today I'm by myself. I don't have Michael with me to help facilitate the questions. So I will do my best, excuse me, excuse me. I will do my best to read the questions and answer them. So just go ahead and type your questions, but let me start a little bit with an introduction. I hope you're all doing well in this crazy, weird planet. We have to keep a little bit of sense of humor here. But before we begin, again, welcome to all the new folks, to the regular folks. I miss you. I hope we could get together in person. Anyway, in the meantime, the news. I'm offering classes for those who didn't get a newsletter or who don't know my Facebook page. I sent a newsletter about classes. In fact, I'm going to just show you, because we keep getting a lot of questions about where to find the classes, what the classes are about. So I'm going to go through them real quick, just for as a refresher, but also for the new folks who don't know. Let me see. Can I do this? How do I do this? Let's see. Share. Okay, it's a bit of a mess. Let me see. Do you guys see my screen? Hey, everybody from the Netherlands, from all over the world, welcome. You see my screen? Okay, it's a bit of a mess. Let me go to the websites. That way you know exactly what is going on. So this is when you go to carolinecorey.com, carolinecorey.com, it takes you to this website, and you can see, you know, for those who are new, all the online classes that have already passed. So if you want to take a class on healing, then you just go to the online classes and you'll see all the list of classes that we have already done that are absolutely incredible. And for the new folks, this is the way that I think is best for you to start mastering the guidance system, healers program, creative formula, so on and so forth. And of course, now we're doing superhuman series online. So you can choose, and then you can see all the details of every single class. So this is very, very useful for the new folks and for the regular folks. Also, here are some videos, but down here, my YouTube channel, obviously you are on my YouTube channel, there are a lot of free meditations. So make sure you go there to just get those free meditations. Now, for the healing sessions, for those who need some sort of just clearing, again, tons of stuff. Look at this, 29 sessions on addictions, 80 sessions on cellular reprogramming, mental disorders, physical disorders. This is a massive library. Look at this, on all kinds of topics. So I highly recommend for those who are new to check this out, but also for the folks who are regular, who already have that, just check out the other stuff. Now, what is coming up and what's happening, go to the calendar and all upcoming events, and you see we are offering the blindfold perception for kids. This is starting June 6th. So make sure if you have a kid between the age of 4 and 14, sign up. There's all the details, what you need to get, what is necessary before you join. It's pretty straightforward, okay? Then we have Superhuman Online, which is a series that's starting June 14th. This is for the people who are new, but also if we had a I think people are saying they want a full screen. I'm gonna do that. Oops, sorry. Okay. So for the folks who are who already were registered for a class and then they wanted to apply to an online series, this is it. Of course, if you're doing both online and in person, whatever's coming up, we're not going to repeat the same material, obviously. So anyway, you can sign up for all these classes online. And the good thing is, like, let's say you can't be present exactly at that time on that date, then you will have the material in your account. So you can go back at any time and review the material, and then we'll have a forum where you can ask your question. So this one is kind of cool. We're going to do meditation technique. This is all mind over matter. Spoon bending, it's a lot of fun. Telekinesis, remote viewing, and all kinds of other stuff. Okay, so this is for the classes. This is the website, Caroline Corey. Go to calendar, and this is it. Okay, for the movie now, superhumanfilm.com is the website. Superhumanfilm.com. We finally have an announcement. The distributor just told us that it will be available July 14th. It took a little bit longer because, like I said, we were doing all kinds of subtitling, all kinds of formatting or what have you. And so, but it's like, 6 weeks from now. It's just around the corner. So please make sure you go to the website, superhumanfilm.com, and pre-order your copy. Even if you've seen it, this is the kind of movie that you want to see again and again. Anyway, you can pre-order, but again, you won't get the actual film until July 14th, okay? You can get updates here. Just sign up for updates. And so if we have something going on that is coming up, an event or something else, then you can get the update. And the workshops are the same. These are the workshops that are relevant to Superhuman. So blindfold and also those Superhuman online. It's the same class. So whether you sign up here or on the other website, it's the exact same class. So don't worry about knowing where to go. So it's either Superhuman Film or CarolineCorey.com. It's the same classes, okay? So for those who did pre-order, again, because we get a lot of emails saying, where's the film, where's the film? So you will have it in your account. You'll be able to download it and you'll be able to watch it as many times. So when you click on pre-order, this page is going to change. In fact, we have a new poster. So, but it will be pretty much the same. Where you pre-order, you'll be able to watch it and download it and stream it and do whatever you want. Okay, so that's that for the announcement. I just wanted to go through this because we get so many questions and so many requests. So let me go back to this and see if you have any questions about what's coming up, what we are trying to do, what we're doing here. Otherwise, let's get on with the topics of the day. Major revolution, at least in the US. Let me see if, do you have any questions real quick? I'm gonna try to, okay. So let me see, stop sharing screen. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter, I'm here. Okay, so I don't know what's happening in Europe, but in the US, major revolution going on. The French classes are on the French website. If it's taught in French, then it is on the French website. If it's on the English, then it's in English language, okay? So, sorry, let me go back to the proper screen. Okay, so I think I'm on. So anyway, what's happening? This is, we have I'm not sure what you guys are hearing in Europe, but we have a major revolution going on in the US. For those who don't know, basically, just a quick, um, summary of the story. The main story is a police officer arrests a black man, and he pins him down to the ground. Instead of just stopping right there, he puts his knee to his neck. The guy can't breathe. He ends up killing the guy he's arresting. Of course, this is a major, it prompts a lot of outrage throughout the country. And of course, nothing happened. They just fired the officer, but everybody's demanding more justice. They gave him third-degree murder, and that was that. So the last few days, we've seen riots throughout the country demanding justice. But it's not just that. Of course, the officer is white. The guy who died, his name is George Floyd. He's black. So of course, there's the whole story of racism that is coming up, that has been actually boiling, underneath the surface for all these years. So the reason why I think this is interesting and relevant is it's triggering all kinds of outrage. Of course, a lot of people are frustrated with what's happening, but at the same time, because it's injustice, right? Because the officer didn't just stop there, and also when the guy died, he kept saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." So of course the officer didn't respond. But even when he realized that he had killed the gentleman, nobody made any attempt to, resuscitate him, like do any sort of, CPR or anything. And there were 3 other officers standing by, looking at the scene, doing nothing. So, of course, from a human point of view, if you have an ounce of humanity, you look at that and you're outraged. But what's happening in the riots is that a lot of people are taking it to a whole different level. So there are some riots that are peaceful, and other riots, or most of them, are extremely violent. People are just burning cars, breaking windows, stealing, looting, just basically behaving without any sort of control. And it's almost like they're taking advantage of this situation to go crazy, and who could blame them? I mean, of course, we want everybody to be outraged and express their anger properly, like kind of just be peaceful. We can't see you on YouTube. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Okay. So people are outraged, but it's taking it to a whole new level when you are breaking things and burning things. So to me, it's kind of fascinating from a consciousness point of view, what goes on the mind of this officer when you are literally watching somebody literally die under your knee, because he put his knee on his neck. What goes on the consciousness of the people watching this scene? And now what's going on in the consciousness of the people, not just demanding justice, but actually breaking things, stealing things, going nuts. There are people showing up with weapons, like shooting at the rioters. So it's kind of, to me, it's a demonstration of rebellion. This is we talked about social unrest last time and the previous times, but it's happening. And so, of course, now it's all over the country. But the type of social unrest that I was talking about is more global. I don't know if this particular story is going to catch on, but this is the type of things that are developing more and more to tell us, to show us how broken the system is, not just the criminal justice system or the police or whatever enforcement system, but even society itself is broken. We are broken. We don't respond in a way that is logical or proper or contained. We just go nuts. And so this is very important as we've been talking about all these shifts that are happening from a higher perspective. This is a part of the awakening in a weird way. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and and be outraged and kill and do all of that, but it's raw. This is the real deal. This is the truth of what is happening. This is the state of things, the state of people's consciousness. And so, yes, we talk about awakening, we talk about this, but that's not really the truth. And so now we're starting to see what could happen, and all of a sudden, COVID-19, nobody's talking about it, in the US at least, for now. And so you see how this is a second wave of things that are popping up, showing how bad we are, how broken things are, and how necessary a complete shift of consciousness is. It's like, if we are at this point, how are we going to react? How are we ever going to come together? Forget that. We're not coming together. You see what I mean? All of this, the COVID-19, all of these things are showing how we are so divided and into our world and at so many different levels. So anyway, this is the bigger picture. And it's like I said, it's the second wave of what we had been talking about. So what is next? You see how it's all taking us from one point to another to see that we do need an entire reconfiguring of everything on this planet. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop here for a second, see if you have any questions. Start to type them in the chat box. Michael's not here. Just to see. Do you have any comments or questions about what I just said or what's happening? I would like this to be a conversation rather than just a speech, but so let me know. No comments? How are you feeling about what you're observing? I don't know how it's coming across in Europe and everywhere in the world, but I want you to tap into the consciousness level of humanity through this these events and tell me what you're feeling. How does that fit into this whole picture? With family relationship, do we just allow the process and division to occur? Yeah, again, I think it is happening anyway. I think it's almost like there's nothing we can even do. It's almost like it's actually kind of having to do that in order for each person or each group to figure it out. And so that's why I always bring it back to you. In the midst of all of this, how are you going to navigate? How are you going to find your way? Because this breaking up, this breaking down of society, of the system, is real, and it's gonna continue. So this was one trigger, one story, but there will be another story and another story. Okay. Do the riots have to do? Oops, now it's jumping. Oh, sorry. Be patient because it's hard. Do the riots have to do with being pent up and controlled for 3? Yeah, of course. And also you keep people cooped up for 3 months, telling them they can't go out, they can't do this. You have people who lost their jobs. You have people who are in poverty. And then after this, you have an event like this going on. What do you expect? It's almost like most of these people are going paycheck to paycheck every month. So it's almost like they have nothing to lose. I'm just going to go out and do whatever, because how bad is it going to get? I'm going to, be put in jail overnight, or it doesn't even matter. Maybe I can get something out of it. So that's what I'm saying. It has to do with the COVID thing. It's building up. That's why I said it's the second wave of the first wave, because it's connected. The psychology of you being forced into your home and then being forced into, witnessing these things, it's all connected, is what I'm saying. And so, of course, it has to do with being cooped up for 3 months and losing everything, and basically seeing the world, your world, crumble in front of you. Okay. It's really emotional to see how a person can act and just kill someone like this. Yeah, again, it's very raw. We're not just saying some people do this, some people do that. We saw it. Everyone saw it. It's very, very real. And that is the level of consciousness that still exists on planet Earth. How can we learn the self-learned process of consciousness expansion that you describe in your book? Again, just going through the classes. That's why I showed you the website for you to, that's what the work is about, is to help you, mastering the human mind. That's what we're working on. So just go to the website and do the classes. And that's what I recommend is going to help you. I'm watching the government and how they respond. National Guard curfew. President trying to stifle social media. Wow, exactly. And that's what I was saying. This is wave 2 of more control, trying to control. And so, curfews, can't go out after this hour. It's justified because there are riots and there's violence. So, of course, but even COVID-19 was supposed to be justified, right? So the National Guard coming in is going to gradually impose more and more things. So I'm just very curious to see what the next thing, where this is taking us in terms of being more pinned, isolated, more being told what to do, having more rules imposed on us. Somebody's saying, I feel like our reality is crumbling. Exactly. So in a weird way, we want it to crumble because it's just not working. How can we continue to live in a society like this? How can we continue to, even at the level of trust, not just with governments and with organizations, institutions, but even with each other? Because the rioters, even, for example, that's what I'm saying, this is a great demonstration. The rioters, those who are peaceful, are also being attacked, or the businesses are also being attacked. Innocent people are also being attacked. So the level of trust on all levels, even within groups, is gone. So this society needs to rebuild. It's almost like we can't build on this. We can't fix this. That's what makes this time so different. This is not fixable. This is not repairable. This is the point of no return, where you have to stop, say, this is not working. We have to completely self-destruct in order to see something different appear. You see what I mean? So let's see. Sorry, be patient, because it's like I have to scroll. Yeah, so the news anchors are calling for celebrities to help move things right and left, or what have you. It's the same old story all over again. The level of consciousness being okay for normal people and more conscious people. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. That's why. How long can we keep this up? What is the next event that's going to trigger the same type of thing? So that's what I'm saying. This is a different time in Earth history that is needing to a complete shift, a complete change at the level of consciousness, not just new government, not just a new economy, at the fundamental level of human consciousness. Otherwise, this is going to keep repeating itself and not going anywhere. The MSM are dramatically highlighting the same story again and again, inciting and fueling more and more. Exactly. So you see how it's all kind of building on itself, fueling more and more. Oh, somebody is in more and more of the same outrage. I live in Minnesota, and this is quite surreal. This is good to hear from somebody who's local, where this whole thing started in Minneapolis. A true division is occurring with people's realization of truth, justice. Let's hope this will take a new direction soon. And also, apparently, a lot of people who are rioting in Minneapolis where this happened were from out of town, which is very weird because if you want to show your support, you you get together with the people in your town to show support in that town. You wouldn't travel to Minneapolis to riot and to do all this looting. So what I'm saying is that there could be also, which I'm sure there is, other agendas. It's almost like there are agendas that have nothing to do with the story, that are taking advantage of the story to make it crazy, and and perhaps trigger the need for the National Guard perhaps to come in. You see what I mean? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there's definitely other things going on at a whole different level. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of more questions. I just feel like this is just the reason why I think this is important. Again, it's just to bring us back to where we are today. What it is that you can do today that will be helpful. So we are seeing more evidence of this crumbling of the system. We're okay with it, I think. Otherwise, like I said, this is the point of no return. What else? Are we going to keep doing the same thing for the next few hundred years? The same buying into lies, buying into agendas, buying into control and manipulation? It's just not going to work. How long is that going to take? And so this is the time, and that's why I bring it back to your role. I bring it back to why have you chosen this time to come in, to observe. And yes, it's very easy to judge, like, yeah, we should demonstrate, we should express our outrage. The police, doesn't know, they can't control themselves. It's unjust. There's injustice. It's unfair. But we want also people to behave the way we want them to behave, and it's just not going to happen. And so get used to that is what I'm saying. Bring it back to how much you can take care, how you are going to take care of yourself, how you're going to maneuver moving forward, with this whole COVID. As soon as this is over a little bit, the COVID thing is going to come back. They're going to say, look, we tried to open, but you guys were out of control. There's more and more numbers, more deaths. Come on, we're putting you back at home. More and more borders will close. You see, and that would be the third phase. And so that's why we know, I think, if you can see the picture now, we should expect more of similar waves of things that are pointing in the right direction, in the same direction, which the bottom line is, what am I going to do to take care of myself, to take care of the people I care about, of course, within reason, again, because we're being imposed on in so many ways. So the first thing is your survivor. You have to survive yourself before you can help someone else, and so think about that. Last time we talked about resetting, reconfiguring your whole life, deciding how you're going to approach every area of your life moving forward. And so this is very important. Don't take it so lightly. Begin to decide and realize, this is how I'm going to approach this, for my physical, actual, material life, to my emotional, to my mental, to my spiritual, so on and so forth. Because soon enough, you're going to be on your own. In the sense, don't freak out, in the sense that, again, you're not going to be able to find help, from this institution or that, whatever. You're going to have to move forward with all of these resources that you've created for yourself. Okay? So I think I'm going to wrap this up. This is just a quick kind of bringing it together, moving forward, empowering you to focus on you If I haven't answered your question, just put them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them because it's kind of difficult. I will wait for Michael next time to help me out with this because it's kind of difficult to go back and forth answering these questions. Okay, so I hope this was helpful in the sense of we understand the story, we see what's happening, we are conscious, we are here maneuvering within this chaos. We knew it was coming, it is coming, it's going to continue to come. Don't expect this to go away and to build up on what's happening. And so let me take charge of me, let me take charge of my reality and to create it the way I can, okay? Leave the questions in the comment below. And please don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe for those who are new. Subscribe so I can continue doing this. It costs nothing to you and it helps me out. Okay? Thank you so much. I will try to answer your questions and everybody can read them so I don't have to do all of that. And then see you next time. Thanks so much for joining.